Last week in Arkansas, T.Ray witnessed history with some of the craziest moments thus far in the 10-year anniversary season of T.Ray. The rain was not letting up, and neither were the drivers in the muddiest freestyle competitions the fan has ever seen. Today on T.Ray, we're in El Paso, Texas, where 10 of the best freestylers in the sport will compete head-to-head for the coveted Freestyle Championship. Hello everybody, Tyler Rayas here, alongside Trent, where we're going to bring you all the live action right here, right now on T.Ray.
And what better way to start freestyle than with Steve Reynolds behind the wheel of the Rage and Steel. You know, Steve Reynolds known to have some crazy moments in his career, but none can really match what he did in High Roller back in Pontiac. But let's see if he can really top that here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Rage and Steel is one of those, look at that awesome power wheelie right out to start his time. 2 minutes on the clock. I was going to say, Rage and Steel is one of those iconic names that have been in the sport for so long now that people have really grown an attachment and love for them. And look at Rage and Steel coming out here. Steve Reynolds, a longtime driver, and now gets his chance to strut his stuff here in El Paso.
Yeah, you know, he's got some good air so far here in Rage and Steel. And look at him comboing it up, getting some nice air. You know, he's really just taking the daredevil route here and just trying to get some big moves early so he can get a good score. Oh, man, that's got to hurt.
That was a hard slap right there, Trent. As he comes down, he's going to continue on here. About a minute 10-ish left in his freestyle. And, man, that's a hard landing to come back from. But Steve knows what he has to do. He's a veteran in here. Let's see if he can continue on this run.
Wow. Another dragging on the tailgate. We're seeing a theme with that recently. A huge sky wheelie from Steve Reynolds. Keeping it going here. Having some nice air. Another combo here. I think we're going to see a lot of combinations here tonight, Tyler.
There was a lot of wow moments already. Look at the body panels already shedding off. Ray just deals another sky wheelie. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Sticks it to the top. Pops it in reverse. That is incredible. Rage and Steel inside 30 seconds now. Steve Reynolds is showing El Paso what he has got in store. Look at this, man. Wow.
Hitting it sideways. Hold on. Nice save.
Wow, that was already getting a little sideways there, but he puts it down, man. 10 seconds left. What can he do? I
got to tell you, this is definitely topping what he did in Pontiac back in 2003. Steve Reynolds with the run of his career here in El Paso, and another huge sky wheelie.
This is the first truck out, Trenton, as scores come in for Rage and Steel. What do we have? What did the judges thought? Wow, incredible. Look at him, this is all for the fans now. Scores of 23, not a bad start. Maybe a little low for the action that he had put in, but it still leaves only 7 points for the rest of the drivers to work with here. Now, next up, Phil Foster out of the Team Men's Camp is going to be driving for Dan Radoni in the beautiful Tropical Thunder.
Yeah, you know, he's got to beat a score of a 23, which again, like you said, is a little low, but to be honest, it is the first truck out. We still got many more heavy hitters, to keep going here. Again, with like Phil Foster, as you said, out of the Team Men's Camp, you know, and he usually was previously driven Maximum Destruction. Now he's out here in the Tropical Thunder, you know, he's under his own name.
Yeah, the Tropical Thunder, of course, this is an old school truck, been around for decades, and when Dan Radoni was able to buy the name and keep the truck alive, he jumped at the opportunity. And what better pick than Phil Foster to get behind the wheel and really wow the fans on this incredible tour. And of course, El Paso getting a showing from Tropical Thunder here. Again, you know, the score to beat is a 23, but he's got about a minute 10 left. Really throwing down, keeping the momentum up as he combos it over that crush car. Keeping a nice run going here. He's going to have to turn up the wick in this last minute, though, Trent, if he wants to take the lead away from Rage and Steel.
Oh, for sure. He's got to get something going. Maybe a little something like that. Hang on a second.
Oh, man. Open diffs for the win as he tumbles it over, leaving 50 seconds on the clock. Of course, the score is going to reflect that with a 20. Not bad, though.
Now we got Mike Wine behind the wheel of the Monster Mutt. And you know, this guy is a veteran as far as it comes. You know, formerly driven the Jersey Outlaw back in the 80s and 90s. Now he's out here in the Monster Mutt. You know, he feels right at home in this truck.
He was telling me earlier, oh my goodness, look at the air so far from Monster Mutt. I was going to say, Mike was telling me earlier after the driver's meeting that he feels so safe and confident in this beautiful truck. He's got the safety equipment that he didn't have back in the 80s, and he's allowed him to really open up as a driver and really push the limits and his own fears behind the wheel of Monster Mutt. But here we go. Let's see if we can get a wheelie out of it. He loves those slap wheelies. Of course, Monster Mutt known for begging for bones. Monster Mutt's keeping a good job. Mike Wine doing a great job here.
He's definitely going to be begging for a bone here tonight. You know, Monster Mutt throwing it down. Look at that nice little sky wheelie.
You know, a pretty conservative first half of the run here, Trent. He's really going to have to really step up the game here. And with moves like that, like a huge air, is going to be, you know, things that he needs to continue on doing if he wants to take the lead away from Rage of Steel. Of course, still holding out with the 23. But the veteran Mike Wine doing a nice job here in El Paso. Huge air for the Monster Mutt.
He's got a good run going, a nice solid run. Look at that.
Wow.
A nice little save from Monster Mutt, keeping it going. Try to get a slap wheelie, you know, and those trucks can usually get slap wheelies, but tonight, Monster Mutt sees, wait a minute. Oh,
and he's going to turn it upside down, leaving 24 seconds on the clock. Mike Wine in Monster Mutt will score a 22, so not enough for the lead, but just enough for second place. Now, the boss, Dan Radoni out of the West Coast state of California, comes the Patriot.
You know, Dan Radoni is one of those guys who fears nothing. He always goes out there and tries to really wow the crowd, no matter what mood he's in. And tonight, he's definitely in a mood for excitement. I mean, look at what he's done so far.
We got to think, you know, Dan comes out, oh, look at that, giving Gravedigger and King Crunch a little tag there saying, hey, boys, watch this. You're going to have to top what I do. But I'm just saying, you know, he comes out here, he has to outdo what his teammate Phil Foster did. And then he has to also outdo, you know, what Rage and Steel has done and still holding out as the first truck to come out here with a score of a 23. So I'm inside a minute 30 left. Dan Radoni with a nice sky wheelie up and over the pod. Nicely done.
That's one thing I'm really enjoying is the way that they're able to walk over these obstacles, because these obstacles are huge. I mean, down there on the track, walking it like that, these things are massive.
Inside 1 minute left in the freestyle for Dan Radoni in the Patriot. El Paso, Texas, a long way from California where he is based out of, but he made the trip over here. He wants to do good for these fans, and thus far he's put on a hell of a performance here.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at this, slinging into some donuts.
Nicely done. Some of the best donuts of the night goes Patriot. Cross thread, Trent, hang on. Beautiful sky wheelie for the Patriot. Gets caught up on that crushed car, is able to settle it down.
This track's definitely giving him some problems with Dan Radoni, you know, the veteran he is. He's keeping it rolling. A nice slap wheelie.
Hang on. Oh, hang on.
Oh, my!
What is upside down as time will expire? Just leaving 4 seconds on the clock. Not a bad job. 25, that's your new leader right there. Dan Radoni in the Patriot.
And up next, you know, we got Scott Hartsock in the Gunslinger. One of the all-time greats. And he's definitely looking to really get a freestyle victory here tonight. You know, look at the single calls on this truck. It works so well for him.
Scott Hartsock, one of the fastest competitors in the field tonight. Loves coming to Texas. We've seen him turn in some amazing performances here, especially in racing. Really known for that Ford horsepower, for those wheelies. And Gunslingers, I know he's going to show a lot of this. You know, his teammate in Rage and Steel, Steve Reynolds, he's in second place. He came out and did a great job and held out through almost, you know, 3 other drivers. So, you know, I know he's going to be happy with that, but Scott really wants this win for himself.
Scott would love nothing more than to be able to take a freestyle victory home with him back to Florida. And also, he's got a pretty good contention to do so, right? You know, it's like a very conservative run, but, you know, I think he's going to turn up the wick here really soon, just like that.
Yeah, it was a nice air into a little bit of a wheelie, getting He's got to be careful right there. A lot of drivers have been caught up in between those two freestyle obstacles, and now we're inside 1 minute here. Gunslinger really putting the power down on the tires. Let's see if he can get one of those coveted wheelies that the fans have known to come to love. And Gunslinger, though, great job so far in the first minute. Huge
man!
Scott Hartsock.
Not a wheelie, but just as exciting with Gunslinger. Keeping a nice run going here. You know, you can hear that supercharger whining in the background. That truck's got tons of horsepower. Oh, he's gonna go for the big stuff right here. Look at the air.
Gunslinger inside 20 seconds. What does he have left in the tank for El Paso, Texas? Another huge air. The truck is holding up, almost through the full pull freestyle for Gunslinger. Time will expire. Let's see what the judges think as he finishes. Oh my goodness, and saves it.
What a save.
Incredible. Scott Hartsock scores coming in. Wow, Gunslinger putting on a show here in Texas.
A 26.
Wow, look at that, Trent. A brand new leader outdoes what the Patriot did. Not bad at all. Good job to Scotty in the Gunslinger. Now, Texas native himself, Dave Smith in the King Crunch, will now throw his hat into the ring to see if he can outdo what the Gunslinger did. 2 minutes have started right here, right now in Texas for King Crunch.
King Crunch going to start with some nice air there. David Smith, you know, bought it from Scott Stevens, and he's just been making his own name ever since. Really been able to get some victories out here in both the independent scene and in Monster Jam, and he's even been invited to the World Finals plenty of times. So you can definitely say King Crunch is a household name.
First 30 seconds, not too bad, Trent, you know, but when you're seeing runs like Gunslinger, Patriot, you know, Raging Steel, as a driver, what are you thinking on the sidelines of what you have to do to outdo what the previous drivers have done?
You definitely gotta really put on the ragged edge and just get some nice air and just do something that these fans haven't seen before. And that's exactly what David Smith is doing right now. You know, he's on the ragged edge. He's got a lot of momentum. He's got some good air. He's just doing everything he can to get that win.
First minute down, last 50 seconds left. Huge air off of the backside of that. We haven't seen that much air going that way yet tonight. And Dave Smith doing a great job so far. I think the fans in Texas are really loving their own Lone Star State native.
Oh yeah, definitely the home state native here really just wants a win over all of these guys. And he's really going for it. I mean, look at the sick air. And he's still got time on the board.
King Crunch, 20 seconds left. Will he have enough to beat the 26? Oh, hang on. He's walking it. Oh, my goodness. King Crunch up on one wheel and turns it upside down with 10 seconds left. Dave Smith, a score of a 25, enough to tie the Patriot for second place. Wow, what a run, man. The fans in El Paso are getting a nice night of freestyle as the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder, driven by Lindsey Wink, is going to come out here to see if he can outdo what Gunslinger and Scott Hartsock did.
You know, one of the greatest trucks of all time to ever be in Monster Jam, Blue Thunder, definitely a household name. And Lindsey Wink was a good choice to have behind it because he could do stuff just like that. Lindsey Wink. Sorry, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I was just saying, Lindsey Wink, you know, he coming out of, oh my goodness, look at the air from the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. I was going to say, Lindsey Wink, you know, comes from an independent side of racing and now is able to partner with Ford. And Ford's budget, you know, they really said, you know what? Oh my goodness, hold on. He has stuffed it into the car stack. Hopefully he can get it off there. Oh, looks like he is broken already. The front steering.
Broken tie rod for the Blue Thunder. This isn't looking good for Lindsey Wink, but you know, this kid is a veteran. He knows that he needs to try and at least get something for the Ford camp.
He is doing everything he can with a broken truck. And Lindsey Wink still putting on a show here in El Paso. Man, you can really tell how that is hindering his performance here, but he's really using the rear steer to his advantage to see if he can get something going and make show. 1 minute left for Blue Thunder.
Trying to stick it. Hold on.
And he turns it upside down. 48 seconds left on the clock. Lindsey Wink, he did what he could with the broken truck, and El Paso's giving him some love. The judges are scoring accordingly to a 21 for Blue Thunder.
One of our first times really seeing him out here, Tyler, you know, Jim Kohler and the Avenger, the wild man himself, Mr. Excitement. Always a pleasure to see him.
That's right, the former world freestyle champion comes out here to see if he can throw in a nice score to outdo what Scott Hartsock, who is still in the lead with a 26 behind the wheel of Gunslinger. But Avenger and Jim Kohler out of Michigan has made his way all the way down to Texas to show some love to the fans here in El Paso. I love seeing this truck go to work, Trent.
Absolutely. You know, it's a really great piece. Jim loves it, and he loves to really put the truck through its paces just like he is right now. I mean, what's he got here next? A little cross thread.
Nice,
oh.
Willie. Look at that.
Jim Kohler, man.
Done.
What a guy. Keeping it going. And nicely cross-threading again. Nicely done. Wait a minute.
Oh. Sidewalls. Hang on.
He puts it back on all fours. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Excitement himself, Jim Kohler in the belly. Look at this. Walks the dog across the top there with a beautiful sky wheelie. 40 seconds left for Avenger. What does he have left? This might do it right here if he keeps it up.
Oh, hang on a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, my goodness. Up and end over end. Avenger's upside down. Will he save it?
He saves it.
Incredible. Oh, my goodness, Trent. We have been covering show after show for the past few weeks. I have never seen a save like that yet. Wow.
I mean, you gotta be kidding me. These guys have been going crazy. And why not?
Wow.
A reverse move. Wait a minute.
And he turns it upside down for the fans in El Paso. If this does not take the lead, I don't know what will. And there it is. He blows in the lead. Jim Kohler, a 28. Incredible.
You can't get any better than that. A 28 is well deserved. But I gotta tell you, man, Jim Kohler better hold on to that seat tight, the hot seat tight, because it's Tom Meents time.
That's right. The one and only Tom Meents out of Paxton, Illinois, behind the wheel of the one and only Maximum Destruction. Waving to the fans, paying homage to the great state of Texas. Here we go for the one and only Maximum Destruction.
Starts off huge here in El Paso, man, and it's only going to get bigger from here. Another like that, a combo. Turning around. What's he going to hit next here?
You know, this truck is, look at this air. Wow.
Oh,
incredible.
man.
Hands out the window. Put your ones up for Tom Meents and Max D. You know, he's driving a different style truck than most of everybody else out here. He's got that Willman style chassis. You know, it's a front engine truck, coil-over suspension. It's a left-hand drive, so there's a lot of differences between him and the rest of the field, and I think that really plays into his favor when it comes to freestyle, because it's just a style that really works for Tom. He's been driving it since the 90s. He's done such a great job, and look at the air that Max D is being able to get here in El Paso.
And you can't forget that he's also driving a futuristic SUV.
That's right.
Debuted back in 2000. You know, this has been one of the most iconic body styles for the modern era of Monster Jam. And honestly, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, because, gotta tell you, Max D is something else with moves like that.
Tom Meents throwing down a nice foundation, but he's got to turn up the wick if he has any chance of beating Avenger. And look at Max D go. Hang on. Oh, my.
These guys are just going crazy, and he saves it.
What, sheds the body off. Why not? It looks like the qualifying version at World Finals. Look at Tom. You can really see him now. Hang on.
Oh, man.
Without the body, you can see Tom Meents behind the wheel at work of Max D.
Oh,
Look at
man.
this.
Oh.
This
He's
is why
getting
they call
roughed
it
up in
maximum
there.
destruction, Trent. I mean, look at this. What does he have left? 10 seconds here. Hang on, Max D. Stuffs it in the stack. Same area that Blue Thunder rolled over, and hang on. He's going to put it into reverse and save it as time expires. This will count. The judges are turning in their scorecards. Will it be enough to beat Avenger?
That 4-link is gone, but
Oh
Thomas
my.
doesn't care. He's still going. Oh, man.
Oh!
You got to think that Jim Kohler is sweating at 27.
Wow. It's not going to be enough. Jim Kohler holds onto the lead yet again, but a brilliant performance from Tom Meents in Maximum Destruction. But now, the one and only, the icon, celebrating 25 years. Look at a beautiful paint job. Here we go. Dennis Anderson from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in the black and green wrecking machine we call Gravedigger.
You know, he's definitely going to go all out here, man, because Dennis is always known to have some of the best runs in Monster Jam history. And it's always good. It's always a good time when it's digger time, baby. I tell you what.
Look at Dennis right here. I want to just take a minute here, Trent. Just listen. Let's have the fans listen to this throttle rhythm.
No one does it better like Dennis Anderson, man. That throttle rhythm is just iconic when it comes to the icon.
Throwing down a nice foundation thus far. He's got a lot to do if Avenger's going to hold out. He really has to do a lot if he wants to take the win. I mean, they did such good. Look at this. Big air. And that was off of a backside of a racing lane, Trent. Comes in, almost tags Patriot and Monster Mutt. Nice sky wheelie. The
man.
icon getting a little rowdy.
Wait a minute. Nice
He
save.
saves it. Incredible. Inside 50 seconds now as we get into a couple digger donuts. Look at that. A quick one revolution and back at it goes Dennis.
You gotta think, if Jim Kohler was sweating during Tom's run, how do you think he feels during Dennis's run? I mean, Dennis is throwing it down.
Wow. The icon going to work with 30 seconds left in El Paso. What does he have left in the tank for the fans? Hang on, Dennis.
Oh!
Save it.
It's over.
It is not gonna do it. Oh, Dennis is upside down, and I don't think that's going to be enough. But what did the judges think? A 28. It's going to tie Avenger for the lead. Incredible. Oh, hang on. The officials went over to him. Dennis told him, I'm not getting out of this truck. Flip me back over, and I'm going to give the fans one more run to go home with and remember Gravedigger by. And this is what you get when you live it live here on T.Ray. Look at this. Gravedigger going again, and just for the fans, Trent.
Yeah, this is all for the fans. No rules, no regulations, no nothing. This is just Dennis and his truck doing it for you guys. I mean, look at the sick air. I mean, what more do you want me to say? It's Dennis Anderson, baby.
Oh, I love when Dennis gets in these moves because he just goes off. And Gravedigger is showing the fans why he's been bad to the bone for this long. Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger doing what he does best, and that's turning on the fans.
When you're a digger driver, it's always about the fans, and that's what really keeps these guys in the seats, is runs like this, fan interactions like this, and that's what Monster Jam's all about.
Look at this. The fans are getting a treat, man. And so are we. I didn't know this was going to happen. This is so exciting, Trent. I love covering these events with you because we get to see amazing things like this. And Dennis is going off in great.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
This is incredible. We got the best job in the world right here on T.Ray. This is incredible. Look at this. Oh,
man!
Don't tell me he saves it. Oh my gosh, the wheel's off. Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger.
And he's still going!
And throw it into some donuts, because why not? El Paso, Texas is getting one of the best runs we have ever seen, and it's not even for the scores, just for the fans here living it live.
His last drive completely in that front end. This is all just the rear end that the Gravedigger's got now. Oh, man! Oh!
And he dumps it upside down. Dennis Anderson, incredible. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in here in El Paso. We had a great time covering this. Trent, you've been amazing. Why don't you send us off?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you all for joining us here on the 10th anniversary tour. El Paso was great, Tyler was great, and you guys have always been great. We'll see you next time with more action here on T.Ray.